Chapter 11. Your chest, Jamie. It's all about your chest, Diana said. If it was all about my chest, I was in big trouble. It was the next day, and first on the schedule was a meeting with my media coach. You might remember her name from my Mora live appearance I was telling you about. She's the one who was supposed to help me look my best for all the author appearances I would be doing. You need to stick your chest out more, Jamie. Pull your shoulders back. Head up. There you go. Diana moved my body parts around until I was positioned to her satisfaction. It felt like I was about to fall over backward. Look at yourself in the mirror. See how much more confident you look? I looked. It felt weird, but it was true. I had to believe Diana on that one. She was seriously confident. She used to be a fashion model, and she walked into the room like she was on a runway, with attitude. Diana was wearing a black pantsuit, black bobbed hair, spiky strapped heels, little glasses on a chain around her neck that she used to peer at me close up. There will be no self-consciousness here, Jamie, were the first words Diana said to me. She had put her hands on my shoulders and stared right in my eyes. No insecurity. We work together to bring out your best qualities and make you shine in and out of the spotlight. She had given me a sheet of paper. My name was at the top. A list said posture, gestures, voice, makeup, hair, clothing. We'll cover all areas on this chart, Diana said. Hold it right there, cried a voice from the corner. It was Harmony. She had called her governess and claimed she was too sick for tutoring. And she had talked Diana into letting her stay for the consultation, which took some pretty serious convincing. Diana said she wanted only the client, meaning me, in the room, so I would feel comfortable and have my privacy. But I wanted Harmony there. So we begged until Diana finally gave in. Excuse me, Harmony marched over to Diana, but I see where this is going. You're going to try to change Jamie into someone she's not. Well, we like her before, and we don't need any after. You know that a message in her upcoming book is that you don't have to change yourself for anyone. Whoa, go Harmony. That sounded really good. But I was hoping Diana wasn't going to turn around and waltz out the door. I mean, good speech and all, Harmony. But hey, I wasn't completely happy with how I looked. For one thing, I was hoping maybe Diana would take me shopping for a miracle bra. Diana smiled at Harmony in a softer way. Harmony, you are absolutely right. That does often happen in the entertainment business. Entertainers can be forced to conform to an image even when they aren't comfortable with it. And that's why Leslie and Denise chose me to work with Jamie. I help my clients to be more comfortable with themselves. I'll work with Jamie to bring out the best Jamie she can possibly be. And help her not be nervous on camera, she added. I have one question for you, Harmony asked, still suspicious. Have you ever coached Amber Tiffany? Amber Tiffany? Good Lord, no! That girl is a walking plastic factory, Diana said. Oh. Harmony was mollified. Okay. Well, I'll go sit down now. But I'm watching you. Yes, I know you are, Diana said. Now, Jamie, let's get to work. Posture. So we did these things to work on my posture, like stretching, how to stand and walk confidently. It was kind of fun. And after a while, even Harmony jumped up and did the exercises with me. Then Diana went out to the hallway to answer a call on her cell. Darling, may I get you a spot of tea? Harmony glided over to me, using her new posture and walking techniques. Not now, my pet. I'm in the midst of my fashion runway show. I moved down my imaginary catwalk. Wow, you didn't even trip, Harmony said admiringly. So far, this is okay, but I reserve judgment until makeup and hair time. Later that afternoon, the driver said he'd drop Harmony at her apartment before taking me upstate. I read my cheat sheet out loud to Harmony. Jamie's no-no list. Number 1, hold hands still without playing with rings. Number 2, no nail picking or biting. Number 3, no squirming in my seat. Sit still. Number 4, place feet flat on floor. Don't jiggle legs. Number 5, no slumping when I sit. Sit straight and let my body fill up the chair. Don't try to hide in a little ball. Take up space. Number 6, don't chew on the inside of my cheek or my hair. There were about 20 more Jamie habits to work on. Diana said I lose power when I do those things, which is like all the time. She said if I get rid of these habits, I'll not only look more confident, I'll feel more confident. Like I will ever look confident, I said. Huh! Harmony rolled her eyes. Harmony, I warned, don't forget your rule number 1. Harmony's no-no list was a lot shorter than mine. Rolling her eyes was about her only bad habit. Yeah, after a while, Diana said what the heck and tossed in some free advice to Harmony. Well, I'll see you soon. I hugged Harmony, and I would yay. I had another appointment to come back to the city and work with Diana. Next up, talking to the media. Not sure about that one. But then the next weekend, we would work on my appearance. Clothes, hair, makeup. How fun was that going to be? Chapter 12. Size 0 is the only way to be, the dieter said scornfully. Why, I'd be a negative number if I could. The dieter turned around to drink her diet soda and eat her single lettuce leaf. Then she gasped. Is raised her fist and flick. The dieter wasted away to nothing. I glided over to my locker, chest out, shoulders back. Oh, sorry, I said to the guy I bumped into. I stuck a new post-it note on the inside of my locker door to remind me Diana rule number 17. Watch where you're going. Lindsay came over to my locker. When Harmony was in the city, I hung out with Lindsay more. I kind of felt guilty about Lindsay sometimes. When Harmony came back to town, Lindsay sometimes got stuck alone. Lindsay's great. She's so nice and so there for you. And we have fun when the 3 of us are together. But there are times I needed to be just H and me. We're always on the same wavelength. So I was thinking that maybe you could sleep over on Friday, Lindsay was saying. You can pick the videos. I could make those brownies you like too. And I got a free sample of seaweed detox masks. We could split it. Ring, ring. Oh, it's my cell phone. I reached into my backpack. I love saying that. Yes, my parents had finally given in and let me have a cell phone. Because things were really going on now that the book was about to be released. The cell phone was temporary until things died down, warned my parents. I was hoping they'd forget that last part. Soon there will be an actual book in the bookstores, in the grocery stores, on Amazon, at Target, at Walmart, at Costco, anywhere fine books are sold. Hello? I said, answering the phone. It was Denise. Jamie, where are you going to be in about half an hour? She asked. Well, from 103 to 155, I'm in English, room 306, I told her. Perfect, Denise said and hung up. What was that all about? Lindsay asked me. I shrugged. Don't know. The warning bell rang. Well, I've got to go to health, Lindsay said. The worst. Today's nutrition, chapter 6. The Helpful Weight chapter. Poor Lindsay. She was really hung up on her weight. Like, who isn't? But it was really bumming Lindsay out. And her dad was definitely not helping. Once, when I was over at her house, we were watching TV in the family room, and some girl comes on screen, and her father goes, "Whoa, get that porker off the screen." Lindsay turned beet red. I pretended I didn't hear him, but I was extra nice to her all night. "Good luck and health," I told her and gave her a shoulder a little squeeze. I did my daily Marco Vega check as I sat down in English class. He was writing something and then folded it up into a note. I wonder what it said. I wished it were a love poem. I wish he'd had written at the top, "At last, I could share my poetry with the one who really understands me." He would pass it over to Tyrell Nelson, who would slide it to Priya Maraza, who would shoot it to Rebecca Furman, who would toss it on my desk. Mine. But, as usual, I watched as Marco slid the note to Tyrell Nelson, who slid it to Sawyer Sullivan, who caught it under her little cheerleading sneakers with the gold and brown ribbons. Ugh. I turned back fast before Sawyer caught me looking. I lived in fear of the day Sawyer decided to confront me about the whole Myrna thing. I'd been spending entire school days avoiding her. Fortunately, she was so busy being the center of attention. Sawyer's a JV cheerleader. Bow down and worship her. That I was able to stay under her radar. Well, almost. Sawyer whispered something to Jennifer, too. They both looked at me and laughed. I shifted in my seat. I hate when they do that. A knock on the door interrupted Gallagher's discussion of the new writing assignment. A guy in a delivery uniform came in and handed Gallagher a package. We waited while she signed for it. "Jamie," she announced, "this is for you." I never had a package delivered to me at school before. Actually, I'd practically never had a package delivered to me ever aside from the ones from my great-grandmother. And those were usually frilly pink dresses with smocks. Yes, I still got them. Thank God. Thank you. But my great-grandmother wouldn't send me anything at school, would she? Like a frilly pink dress with a smock? "Go ahead," said Gallagher. "Open it." I tore off the packaging tape and peeked in the box. There were about 10 books inside, books with a purple cover, books with my name on them. "It's her book!" someone yelled. People crowded around my desk to see. I held up a copy. "That's so cool!" Everyone was talking at once, congratulating me, all that. Well, not everyone. Marco and Sawyer were taking advantage of the little break to make out on the radiator. But I was not going to let them spoil this moment. "What a great cover," Gallagher said. "It really pops." I turned my book over in my hands. I just stared at it. "Hey, author," Connor said. "You must be psyched. Can I buy one of these copies off you? You'll have to sign it first." My face was burning. He gave me a pen and smiled at me. I wrote, "To Connor from Jamie Bartlett." Not very original. But hey, I was new at this. Plus, people were sitting on my desk and talking about me. I was new at that too. "Hey, let me see that." The crowd parted. Like in slow motion, Marco Vega came over to my desk. Sawyer, I noticed, was still sitting on the radiator, looking quite PO'd. I handed a book to Marco. "Whoa," he said, and he smiled at me. OMG, he smiled at me. "Is by Jameson Bartlett," Marco Vega said. "Dude, that's cool." This was so seriously the moment I knew this book really was going to change everything. Chapter 13. The Whitaker High News exclusive interview with Whitaker's own freshman author by Harmony Pickney. So how does it feel now that your book is about to come out? Harmony asked me, on the record. I don't know, I told Harmony. I'll call you later. Come on, please. Just a couple of quotes. I'm trying to get this thing done for my deadline, Harmony said. Well, I left my folder at home, I told her. I had a folder of all the stuff Diana had taught me. I had made a page of answers I thought would be good for interviews. Kind of a cheat sheet. Jamie, you can answer my question without looking at your notebook, can't you? Oh, okay. So you want to know how it feels? It feels great, exciting, awesome, I told her thoughtfully. Harmony started typing. And terrifying, and kind of embarrassing, like having to run around school in your underwear or something. Wait, did I just say underwear? Don't put that in there, I shrieked. Do not put that, I said, underwear in the school paper. Calm down, don't freak out. I won't use that, Harmony answered. See, I groaned. I do need my cheat sheet. I always say something stupid. Jamie, Harmony cut me off again. This is only the school paper. I know. And I could only imagine what was going to happen when the real interview started. Girl Zine, preteen magazine. Just look at all these websites. My mom was reading a sheet of paper later that night at dinner. She held it out to my dad. So, Jamie, you are supposed to do interviews when? After school? And when do they think you will do your schoolwork? I now had a publicist named Oliver who was starting to book me interviews. He wanted to start me off talking to people from websites, newspapers, and magazines. Radio and TV would come soon. Very soon, he said. The books I'd gotten in school were a sneak preview. But as of today, everyone would be able to buy one. I mean, how cool is that? I would be able to go into any bookstore and wave toward a shelf. Oh yes, that's my book. I'd been practicing that wave in the mirror. I was still really nervous about interviews. I mean, Harmony had to talk to me into doing an interview just for the school paper. National media exposure would look good on Jamie's college application, Dad said to Mom. Maybe we should rethink Jamie's school situation. Maybe he meant telling my teachers to call off homework. Maybe we should pull you out of school, Dad said to me. We could get you a tutor. I read about a tutor who specializes in gifted and talented writers. No, I said. I mean, I used to be jealous of Harmony because of her whole having a governess so she could sleep in gig. But I didn't want to be pulled out of school right now because Marco Vega interaction. Ever since that moment when Marco smiled at me, things had changed. Now he said hi to me in the halls. He smiled at me in class. Marco Vega had finally noticed me. We had a new bond, Marco and I. I mean, he was the guy who wrote that beautiful poem. And now he knew I was a writer just like he was. We have a connection. Two literary souls destined for each other. I'm really learning a lot in school right now to prepare me for college and all, I said. I think I should stay in school. That's fine for now, Dad said, but we will reevaluate from time to time and see if things are getting to be too much. Well, maybe the media interviews would be good for Jamie's self-confidence. My mom was talking herself into it. But I get to pull the plug at any time. Got it, Jamie? Got it. The next couple of days were major blur. I went to NYC to spend another day with Diana. Harmony couldn't come, though. She got caught for calling in sick to her governess. Beryl had called to check on something and Harmony had gotten snagged. Beryl told her no more sick days, and that was that. So Mom came with me to meet Diana. The first part of Diana's session was how to act on radio, on TV, and for newspapers. Like how to talk as though you're really you and not try to be someone you aren't. Harmony would have liked that. And what to do if something embarrassing happens. Like Diana told me about this author whose blouse came unbuttoned on national television, and if it hadn't been for a quick moving cameraman, you would have seen right in her shirt. If that happened to me, there would be nothing to see, but I still would die. And what to do if the person interviewing you gets nasty and attacks you for something you wrote? And what to do if someone in the audience asks a weird question, like what kind of underwear you're wearing? Oh, the joy of thinking of all the humiliation that might lie ahead. But then the fun really started.